Red Skelton was America's clown. For 20 years on television, he made millions laugh with his silly drunk, happy clown, and mischievous kid characters. But behind the curtain, the man was far more complicated, and at times, far more broken than the world ever knew. His journey from heartbreaking poverty to national treasure and the dark secrets he carried is one of the most unforgettable stories in entertainment history. Richard "Red" Skelton was born in 1913 in Vincennes, Indiana, 2 months after his father, a circus clown, died in a tragic tent collapse. That single event set the tone for Red's early life. His mother, left to raise 4 children in crushing poverty, worked any job she could find. Neighbors pitied them and even warned their daughters to stay away from Red, thinking he had no future. But that only fueled his determination. At just 7 years old, he was selling newspapers in the streets, shouting headlines, watching people's faces, and learning that a quick joke or smile could change everything. One day, fate intervened. At age 10, Red was spotted by comedian Ed Wynn, who bought all his papers and took him backstage at a theater. That glimpse of show business lit a fire in the poor boy, and he never looked back. He joined traveling medicine shows, riverboats, circuses, and vaudeville acts, learning to perform for anyone, anywhere. Red wasn't just a performer. He was a survivor, chasing every laugh because he knew it was the only way forward. By his teens, Red had married Edna Stillwell, who became not only his wife, but also his manager and writer. Together, they created sketches that made audiences roar, especially the now famous Donut Dunkers routine, which landed him on radio and eventually in Hollywood. Soon, Red was starring in films, packing theaters, and becoming one of MGM's most bankable comedy stars of the 1940s. When television arrived, Red Skelton became a household name. His show launched in 1951 and dominated ratings for nearly 2 decades. Families across America tuned in to see his beloved characters like Clem Kadiddlehopper, Jr. the Mean Widdle Kid, and perhaps his most cherished, Freddy the Freeloader, the silent clown with nothing but a smile. Red's comedy was clean, heartfelt, and universal. He refused to stoop to vulgarity, saying he wouldn't tell jokes that families could already read on bathroom walls. But away from the cameras, Red carried deep pain. In 1958, his 10-year-old son Richard died of leukemia just days before his birthday. The boy's final request was a red blanket for his mother, a gesture so selfless it broke the Skelton family forever. Red never recovered. He left his son's room untouched, often sitting inside alone, sinking into grief that would haunt him for life. Tragedy struck again when his ex-wife Georgia Davis, still mourning their son, took her own life years later. Red buried his sorrow in work, live performances, and later, painting. His clown portraits, sometimes joyful, sometimes haunting, sold for tens of thousands of dollars, often earning him more than television ever did. Despite all he gave to entertainment, the industry was not always kind in return. In 1970, CBS abruptly canceled the Red Skelton show during what became known as the Rural Purge, discarding family-friendly programs in favor of younger, edgier content. Red was devastated, saying, "My heart has been broken." For nearly 20 years, he had ranked among the top shows on television, only to be tossed aside. Even in death, Red's legacy nearly vanished. A clause in his will once demanded all recordings of his show be destroyed, a bitter reflection of how Hollywood had treated him. Only later did he reconsider, sparing his life's work and ensuring his comedy would be remembered. When Red Skelton passed away in 1997 at age 84, America lost more than a comedian. It lost one of the last great clowns of the Golden Age. His characters still inspire comedians like Robin Williams and Jim Carrey, and his humor still echoes through generations. His laughter was a gift, but his story is also a reminder that even clowns carry heartbreak beneath the painted smile. This was Red Skelton, the man who gave laughter to millions while quietly carrying his own sorrow. You're watching StarLoop News. If you enjoyed this look at one of Hollywood's most legendary clowns, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible stories from behind the spotlight. And let us know in the comments, what's your favorite Red Skelton character?